I have been following the rifts between Mathias Ezeaku and Brother Paul Chigbo, and I've watched the videos they put out, and I've drawn some conclusions. Kembo, number one, Brother Paul Chigbo was busy listing the things the church have done, the good things the church have done. He made mention of employment, job creation. And let me tell you, brother, the end just does not justify the means. You cannot rob Peter to pay Paul. Yes, I agree. The church is giving employment to 1 or 2 people, but you cannot dupe 1,000 people and use the money and help 5 people. It doesn't make sense. You can't collect tithe and seed and first fruits from poor widows and orphans, totaling to 1 million of them, and use the money and employ 3 people in secretariat. It's not logical. You can't try this anywhere in the world. You can only try it in Nigeria. So, bro, you are wrong here. You are very wrong. Okay? Yes, you made mention of schools. Yeah, I agree. The church owns schools. Very beautiful schools. I am a beneficiary. I attended the major seminary. But the education the church brought is also the education of the West. We were being schooled in the religion, the tradition, the culture, the way of life of Ndocha. That is why the education we've not used it to produce anything. What have we used it to produce? Are we the best pilots in the world? Are we the best engineers in the world? Do we have cars? Are we the makers of Lamborghini and Mercedes Benz? What have we produced? Which medicine do we have? We are just doing follow. Ndocha also are leading in every sphere of academics. So what has it brought to us? We're just learning Ndocha, learning their culture. We're talking about education. What has it brought to us? Are you not seeing how the environment is? Are you happy? Can you compare a Nigerian medical doctor who studied in Nigeria and a medical doctor who studied in USA? Can you? Or a lawyer, or an engineer, or a mathematician, or a computer graduate, or a computer scientist, or a lab scientist, or a nurse? So what are you saying? Which education? We would have been better if we have studied the education of our forefathers, the African education, because ancient day Egypt, it is the cradle of modern civilization. Egypt is the modern. All these philosophers, all these scientists, their first universities were in Egypt. Okay, we're in Egypt, in Africa, in Nigeria, we have in Igbo land, we have ways our forefathers solve different things. We have our own medicine. That's why we had DBS. We didn't improve in the medicine of our own. We are not improving the medicine of Ndocha, and you call it education. That's number 2. And you are also talking about different things, other things the church is doing to the society, that the church is speaking, that Mathias should speak to the government instead of speaking to the men of God, that the government come first before the church. I agree. But the government and the church are working hand in hand. They are working hand in hand. Okay? They are working. When the youth did answers, which men of God were in the protests? Is it not the youths? They are the youths. Okay, they are the youth. So where is the church in all this? Even the last election, Shade 1 or 2 spoke and they've all kept quiet. It's now left for us to suffer. Who told you the government and the church are not working hand in hand? They are. Are the politicians not going to churches to give thanksgiving, to build churches? They are. So what are you saying? What do you mean by he should speak to the government first? Me personally, I'm speaking to the government. I'm speaking to the government. So what are you saying? What do you mean by what you're saying? Brother Chigbo, another thing I noticed is that you made mention of the miracle done in the name of Jesus. Okay, that is a pure lie. It can never happen. All the miracles you listed that were done by Jesus Christ are a bunch of lies. I do not stake money. Me not gonna bet. I won't stake money. I stake my life. Put me behind bars if you bring anybody that was healed by the name of Jesus. It is a lie. You people have shut the medical doctors up. You've shut the nurses up that they cannot speak. It's a lie. All those stories you mentioned, healing, raise the dead in a secondary school, it's a lie. It can never happen. You are intimidating Mathias. You made mention of him not having academic prowess and all that. Bro, if you can intimidate Mathias, you cannot intimidate me. I started serving Jesus before all of you. Yes, you might be older than I am, but I was very little. Remember our seminary, you all went to the university. You all didn't plan to be men of God or pastors or whatever. You all saw that there was no business, there was no job in the country. You all carried Bible. I was raised and brought up in the church. I can speak to you in all authority that there is no power in the name of Jesus. If there is any power and it's proven before any court of law and any medical laboratory, take me and put me behind bars for the rest of my life. I don't bet with money, I bet with my life. To show you that I didn't show him kuwe. Don't threaten Mathias. Don't threaten you with police. No. Oga, it is we the youth that are supposed to threaten you people. But we are not doing so. We are not doing so. Don't threaten any of us. Don't try to shut us up because you have connection. It's a lie. Don't make us feel stupid. When Omenala came, when the Christianity came, our forefathers left you people, give you people land on our church, on all different things. Nobody harassed you. Nobody arrested you. Nobody intimidated you. So please don't intimidate anybody. Don't threaten Mathias. No, you can't threaten him. Everything he's saying is true. If he calls you a man of God, a criminal, Oga, you are a criminal. Why? Because you cannot prove the existence of Jesus. Let me repeat again. You cannot prove the existence of Jesus. That means you're a murderer. How? Why? Because each and every person that came to your church ended up dying or is about to die. Let me repeat again. If you cannot produce somebody who was healed by Jesus, a sick person, that means each sick person that came to your church ended up dying or is about to die. So you cannot threaten anybody. You are the one who is wrong. If you go to the ICC, International Criminal Court, you are going to lose the case. So don't threaten anybody. The thing you said I love so much. The only thing you said I concur with is that we should correct one another with love. And that is where my own ministry is. We'll correct each and every one of us with love. That is why I'm not asking anybody to go and attack any man of God, whether priest, pastor. Don't attack anybody. They are all our brothers. Even if the man of God is a white person, he's a human being. Or even if the person he's a human being. Don't attack anybody. Don't burn down any churches. Don't. Nobianiru, we're going to use those churches as libraries. We're going to stock it with books. Our people need to be educated. Our people are very far. If our people read only 10 books of African legacy, of African history, our eyes will open. So don't attack anybody. We'll correct each other with love, but do not threaten nobody. Okay? Don't threaten nobody. As you decrease, now so everybody decrease. But with the whole of increase, kagini ka udochia bikonu. Let love lead. Thank you.